my personal tier list for CZN. Hold up, my personal tier list, right? My personal tier list based on, okay, not like Dimensional Twilight, but literally just like a random tier list. This is tier 0, absolutely. I will eventually get Fate out, so no comments. This is like tier 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, I think both Veronica and Mika, they are like uber tier. These two are the uber tier units of this entire game. They are way too fucking strong, right? Infinite card cycle with AP, infinite card cycle with free damage. Bada boom, bada bang. This is the wheelchair combination of CZ, and that's why I feel, right? That's why I feel. For the other half, I think a lot of y'all told me that Hugo works very well with Teresa. Right, Hugo, Mika, so it's like it's either these two plus this, or like this plus this, you can run a wheelchair, right? So that's why I've never tried out these two. I just got Hugo today, so I'll just take your word for it. Meilin is absolutely fucking insane. I've seen some crazy 20k burst damage coming out, so I think she is very, very good. Okay, then afterwards, if I were to run it in here, right? I never used her before, so I'm probably never gonna see her ever again. I'm probably never even gonna be putting the standard pool ever again, so that's gonna be that. Nia and Kas, between both, Kas has more control. Nia is more RNG. So like, if you are down to gamble, I guess Nia is good. Or you just want to like discard your cards as fast as possible with like Renoa, then I think Nia is good, right? But if you want a little bit more control, like specifically which card you want to draw, I would just run Kas. Because Kas has a lot of like the upgrade cards, and you just keep drawing and you don't really need this card, and you can distinctively choose exactly what card you want. So I personally would actually let's prefer Kas, but I guess it also just depends on like what deck you're using them with. It's just that they're definitely not going to be the same tier as Mika, so absolutely. Barrel. If I have enough resources, I'll pull her one day. But now I'm completely broke, so add that one. Okay, these 4 DBS, I have had the most amount of experience with the women. I played Kron very, very early on. I think for like 3 or 2 chaos runs. I bench, bro. No hard feelings. It's just that I like to use women, so that's what I do. I really, really like Haru, by the way. If you run Haru with, once again, the wheelchair of like Mika and Veronica, bro, she cycles and gets off anchor shots so fucking ridiculously quickly. And one of the best parts about her, right, if you take a look at the kit, I saw like a Mika Glazer, but chat, do you know why Jingliu was so bastard in HSR back in those days? Because she had built-in 50% crit rate. Right, she has built-in 50% crit rate. So imagine early game when all your ranks are completely garbage, right? The best way to have access to good damage is to get close to 100% crit rate, which is exactly what Haru has over here. So this Epiphany right here, right? Oh my god, where the fuck is the damn thing? This Epiphany for anchor point. Wait, do they show it? Come on. Okay, it gives you 25% crit chance for your anchor shot. And if you run her with the 4-piece that give her another 20% crit rate with your 2 cost cards, you are literally getting a free 45% crit chance on a early game unit. Which is why I feel that if you're able to get this set up, I think this unit is super, super, super fucking good. Whether or not you want to run like the other card, so like I actually usually don't really ever pop this off unless I know I have like enough AP or even run charge energy. I usually always just slam for like the anchor point into anchor shot and just slam, right? So I really, really like the way that is. Also, she uses very, very good weakness damage if you're going to be up against Justice. So you always get a 1 AP refund anyways. So I feel that from what I've been playing her, I'll actually put her tier 0. So that's my personal as a E0 S0 Haru user. E0 S0 Haru user, that's gonna be that. Between Renoa and Ren, I think Renoa feels easier to play because you don't need as much setup. So all you really need for her, you really just need this one card. And she is basically done. Alright, you get this Epiphany over here. Boom. This Epiphany here. And you are pretty much done. This is the only card you need, right? Once you get this, you just slam on everyone else. Because once you get a Dirge Bullet, they will basically just be with you forever. And then if you can eventually just draw it back in with their ultimate, and it feels like super, super fast to get it going. Alright, and for Rin, on the other hand, I also played Rin a fair amount. In fact, I brought Bro up to level 50 before Renoa. She feels like she needs way more setup because all her cards, it requires you to only run her as the attacker unless you get the upgrade that retains darkness. But that is already gonna be -1 cost unless you get this Epiphany over here. Alright. This is the 0 cost, which is, I think, is basically the best slot. So if you don't have this, she feels a lot more restrictive because like a lot of other attack cards from other users are also quite nice. So if you're gonna be getting like the draw or like the other like debuffs you apply for, like if you want to run Ray with Ren, Ray has a lot of attack cards on her own. Wait, hold up. Like this unit, which is tier red. Also, I think this unit being tier 1 with already is absolutely a fucking travesty, by the way. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Yeah, I feel like Ray, she has a lot of cards that work super nicely with Ren. It's just that they are also attack. Specifically, this one that gives you plus 2 morale, which is, I think, is very, very nice. And if you get this with lead, and if you don't use this, then you don't get a -1 discount. So it does feel a little bit bad if you want to combine both. And considering the fact that her buff is also like basically kind of tied for either your mainly your void DPS, right? Because she has this ability here that is tied for, where is the thing? Yeah, she kind of is built for void DPS in a sense. Maybe you can kind of use her with other cards, but I feel that she's one of the best buffers in the game. In fact, I don't even think there are any other buffers because these two are purely card draw, right? She's pretty much the only person that actually buffs the DPS. So if you try, like, for example, Ray with, like, let's just say Veronica, right? You can get, like, a fucking 700% multiplier ballista, which is absolutely fucking crazy if you have it on Giant Ballista. So I really like Ray. But that is, like, I think that if you run Rin, you just need to be more wary of all of your different card draws and your AP costs, because you can't break the chain. And the moment you break the chain, it'll be very, very painful, right? So that's gonna be that. Just more difficult to play. Then Kron, I played him once. He just feels a bit slower, but I'm pretty sure Kron mains, if you guys want to use him, I think he's still gonna be viable because his playstyle is basically two ways, right? You either generate your exhaust, like your black hole, your futility in hand on that 1 turn and cast ultimate, or you keep building exhaust and eventually you let go of 1 big ultimate. So it kind of just depends. I'm not too experienced, so I'm not gonna say anything. But I think Haru deserves to be tier 2, right? So that is gonna be me personally. I don't know what the fuck bro does, so that's gonna be. Wait, where the hell is alright, Yugi? I mean, I just got her, so I have no comments. I'm still playing her. Maybe when I get her to level 60 and give her like proper relics, I can give her proper judgment, so I'm not gonna say too much about it. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I actually did a bit of research for this bitch, because I've seen some CN players talk very highly of Luke. Because I actually look at quite a couple of guys for like BDBD just to see how bro does, because he has a lot of, like, for example, this guy over here, right? He has this free guaranteed crit. So theoretically speaking, if you can slam all in crit damage and just make him shoot in the fucking bullet, he can actually get his damage up like very, very high. So I have no idea how bro actually, I've never played him before, but I was looking a little bit more as to potential how he could be. So maybe one day he might see play, but because this guy is a guy and because raising units in this game is too fucking expensive, I'm probably not gonna raise him, right? There's this break. I think you run her with Maylin Veronica, but you can't need you need like a sustain anyway, so I'm not really sure what bro is doing. These two never tried, no comments. Okay, like I mentioned, I think Ray is like super fucking strong, right? She really is, if you can get the right abilities. The one that gives you 100% attack buff. Where is I got over here? Yeah, okay. This 150% attack buff. This skill is absolutely fucking insane, by the way. Because if you combine this with, let's just say, Rin, right? Rin has cards that increase her damage counts. So if you have the Epiphany that is the +4 damage count with Darkness, you have a 150% times 4 combined total damage from this single combination, which I think is like, it's super fucking crazy. So whatever you see, like units that can run like combo cards, or even like with Haru, because Haru has an angle shot that gives you a combo +1 hit. This is like, it scales like super nicely. So I like Rin by quite a bit. But I think we still need to build bro up a little bit more in the future. So that ain't gonna be that. I think the shielders, I just never really care about them, right? Even until this day, in like Chaos Zero, in your MOC, in your Dimensional Base, I just never really use shielded that much. I heard a lot of people say very highly of Face Shadow, so when I get it eventually, I'll probably use her. But once again, not enough resources to test out all these things. So that is gonna be your streamers Chaos Zero Nightmare tier list, right? So to kind of summarize everything, no comments on the shielders. Uber tier, Uber tier, Uber tier. Treza Hugo is a combination I never tried before. Maylin, I seen it. ridiculous combos. I think this tier 0 is fine. I think Haru needs to go up. I think Kron needs to go down. These two can stay over here. Barrel, I have no comments. This thing I've seen CN Tech. This thing I have no comments. And Ray needs to go with the same tier list, right? So that is gonna be your streamer's tier list. But I'm more than right. I see you guys on Clip Channel. You have coomed your last coom, my man.